Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at AVAX, double checking a few things. I don't want to get super excited, but this is really good news here from the get-go, okay? So, in other words, we swept that lower level liquidation there at about $30.50, and we've since been recovering. Keep in mind, CPI data responded very well, and this is all CPI related, okay? So you got to recognize the Fed meeting is coming up here in just maybe an hour or less, and I want you to recognize that things can change pretty dramatically when that happens. Historically, we have seen this year be a very good year for Fed meetings, or at least, more importantly, the result of Fed meetings. The market responds well. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, watch my Bitcoin video so you know what I'm talking about. But simply put, we haven't broken free from our larger descending trend line here, and I'm not super convinced that AVAX is back on track, but it is a very, very good start. So friendly advice, just be careful, keep your head on a swivel here. Anything could happen. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks again for watching. Hope you can learn something here today. We're going to just go ahead and take a quick look here at liquidation levels and double check a few things. And just so if you're not familiar, because we got a lot of new members kind of watching and learning, I've got a Trading Academy community and signals group. Reference that if you'd like. A lot of good opportunities there as well to get just a little more consistent. But I want you to learn as much as you can, obviously, with these videos. So the whole point of looking at liquidation to start here is to get a best understanding of areas of interest for the whales. In other words, we look at this here, we zoom in a little bit, we can see $34 is a pretty strong amount of liquidation. So a lot of shorts are right there, biting their nails right now, worrying and hoping they'd close and take in profit when they didn't. Again, these are typically the greedy whales, the greedy ones, or more so, sorry, the greedy people. It may not be the whales, actually. They're the ones that want to manipulate this in the right direction. The truth here, though, is that there's a lot of people trying to short at 34. And I recognize that, they were probably in profit and maybe they have secured some, but there's a lot of folks that literally still have a position open at $34 and they never took any profit all the way down as low as 30. I'm sorry about folks, but if you're getting that greedy in the market, you don't belong in the market, okay? So simply put, $34 is that area, and to clarify, it's right there just above this most recent fib here, this 0.5 fib. You'll see liquidation levels or events occur just above key Fibonacci retracement levels, so it's important to recognize that that could be a strong resistance for us too. So bear in mind, $34 isn't just an arbitrary number. It's definitely an area that is a point of contention we've talked about previously. So let's discuss this here now, though. First of all, daily time frame, we're below all moving averages. We can see, we zoom in a little bit, this descending trend line running concurrent with the 20-day SMA. It's no coincidence, folks. The 20-day SMA is a very consistent trend setter. So are trend lines. They kind of run hand in hand. So keep in mind, when we're below that for the moment, while today is all well and good, until we close above that soundly in the near future, hopefully in the near future rather, and then we can't get too ahead of ourselves and be like, okay, we're good to go. Because again, those are some important moving averages that we haven't broken above yet. So one good day doesn't wash away all the garbage that we've seen here on AVAX since May 22nd. So we've seen 20 days of just nonsense, okay? Having said that, we're under 50 in the RSI. Still haven't confirmed bullish. Money flow index bouncing off that 20 level I discussed recently is a good sign, a good place to buy in usually. We can also see here, stochastic swinging up and MACD is no longer diverging as hard as it was. It's a good sign. Those are all very, very positive. So that's more momentous indicators, whereas the moving averages are letting us know we're still not out of the woods yet. Okay, and if we do take a look at rough estimate, this about last month's worth of trading, we can see the most amount of volume at $36. Keep in mind, folks, 36 has always been that point of control, even if you zoom out further. So keep in mind, with us being below that, that's considered resistance. All right. Having said that, we've broken above the 20-day SMA, going to soon test the 50. I'm speculating we're going to see some resistance at 34, but we might actually break through that and see a short squeeze and the price shoot up even further, specifically with the fundamental catalyst, CPI data, possibly a good Fed meeting result. There's some things that are going to possibly push the price action higher. And we have a larger statistical probability of the price going up than down at this exact moment. But you got to recognize, Fed meeting, it always has volatility, okay? So that's why you use low leverage, low position sizing. Don't be one of those idiots that uses 100x leverage and gets wiped out in three different directions because the price just can't figure out what it wants to do right away. And then, be completely out of funds. It makes no sense. Never do that. If you're following other people that do that, I would say pump the brakes. It's probably not the best role model. Again, cryptocurrency has this mentality, or people have that within the market, that it's like a get-rich-quick thing, or 100x leverage to the moon and all that stuff. If you get rid of that and you detach yourself from that, you're going to be way more successful. I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of my traders that come over to my community, they start off thinking that way and eventually realize that You put in some work, you put in some effort, it all works out in the end. And you'd much rather have consistent results than these nonsensical, rips up and down. Anyways, we can see stochastic topping out, so we could very well getting close to our top, which is that $34 mark. At liquidation level, we're over 50 in the RSI, which is good. MACD's converging, money flow index a little behind. It's all par for the course, though. This is, again, keep in mind, money flow index is based on the last 14 trading candles. So last 2.5 days, we haven't seen a magnificent amount of volume, even though you can see this here. There is more volume coming in as a result of CPI moving forward. So all that being said, what's the hourly tell us? Well, let's take a look at the Ichimoku cloud and confirm we're well above the cloud. Good news there. We've got our previous range here, of course, which we can kind of extend out just to give us some perspective on previous or more recent support and resistances. But generally speaking here, a closure above 33.35 or 33.30, that's that previous resistance, is an important thing because that would confirm that we've controlled this last 24 hours. Speaking of control, let's take a quick look here at our TPO and just confirm that this lower support level is right there where the most amount of volume has been accrued. So we can see $32 as that strong support. If the price does pull back, we'd probably see it bounce off that lower support level there, which is also $32. So keep in mind, this area here is an important area to recognize. So all good things here, really. Now, do you want to take a long position right now? I would say probably not, even though it's a statistical probability the price will keep going up and swipe that $34 mark. This coin and any coin going into a Fed meeting will give it a little bit of a ripsaw as soon as it opens or as soon as we understand the results, which is now here in roughly 30 minutes. Okay, so recognize that. Other than that, again, depending on how you trade, what kind of trader you are, I would just recommend low leverage, low position sizing, and make sure that you are just careful and strategic in your trading. And try not to just, oh, I feel good today, I'm going to double my money, and I'm going to, try not to set goals either. I know it sounds weird. You should always set a goal for a trade, but you shouldn't set like daily goals. Like, I'm going to make no less than $500 a day. If you do that, you start revenge trading, and it becomes a very slippery slope. So just be careful. Anyways, I've talked a lot of people off the ledge, so to speak, here recently, having that mentality coming over to our community. Either way, CryptoCache.tag is the site if you want to register or consider. Link down below. At the very least, make sure you use Bitunix, folks. This is our preferred exchange for almost a year now. If you use my link to register or you have used it previously, you're automatically eligible for this. And it's a really nice reward, simple bonus just by depositing funds. And again, this is where you can have a little bit of fun with it if you want. Again, up to 125x leverage. Never recommend anything even close to that. 5 to 10x tops. Okay, folks, just keep it real. Last but not least, help us grow our Twitter, Telegram, Discord, TikTok now, and YouTube Shorts. So cool stuff, making sure we keep you abreast on the important information. I thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.